So while I wholeheartedly reject the no pain, no gain mantra of the diet industry, there is some effort required to create a healthy relationship with food and your body. So tune in to discover why learning to embrace discomfort learning to embrace a little bit of discomfort now is the key to feeling good about food and feeling great in your clothes. So, welcome to Joyful Eating, episode 192. So, this week we're talking about embracing discomfort, the key to a healthy relationship with food and your body. But before we get to that, the best bite I had. So, recently in one of my Joyful cooking classes, I was teaching, we made a peanut sauce, basically using, and it ended up being a peanut and ginger sauce. So, basically using peanut butter. So, tablespoon of peanut butter with like 2 tablespoons of water, and then putting some salt in it and grating some fresh ginger into it. And it was just so delicious. Like that combo of like creamy peanut with the sharp ginger, like was so great. And I had it on some like roast chicken with broccoli. And yeah, it was the business. I'm still thinking, I think I might make some more of that sauce for lunch today. Okay, so back to the programming. So in this episode, we're going to talk about, first of all, the story behind this episode. Then we're going to look at why discomfort can be beneficial. And then we'll look at that actually how to go about embracing discomfort. And then I've got a bonus tip for you as well, because I love to give you some bonuses. Okay, so story behind this is basically, I've in my years of coaching people and helping them, create this healthy relationship with food and getting to a place where they're happy with their weight. One of the things that I've really noticed is that people who are willing to feel a little bit of discomfort, like and embrace this idea about discomfort, tend to progress the fastest. Like, and so it's like I can see how beneficial this is, and yeah, so that's why I was like, oh yeah, like let's do like I know this is a helpful topic. So I thought I would do a whole podcast episode on it just to bring some awareness to it for you as well. So that brings us to like looking at the why. So why is discomfort a thing? Like why is it something we're even talking about? And basically, all change does require some effort. And of course, it's like, because if we're interrupting the status quo, if we are doing things differently and we're changing our habits and we're changing our thoughts and we're changing our behaviors, then if we want to change our weight and our relationship with food, like there is some effort required. And the thing is that with most of like in terms of like changing your relationship with food and eating less and eating in a way that feels good to you, that like, and particularly if you're learning this skill of listening to your body, what happens is that, so say, so yeah, let's use that example. So say you're learning to listen to your body, and so you're eating and then you notice, oh yeah, like, hey, my body's feeling satisfied, but there's still food on your plate. And what will happen is like some people like they describe it as sadness, but mostly it's just this bit of discomfort. It's like, oh, well, normally I would just finish this plate and polish everything off. Uh, but now you're kind of like, oh, this feels different. Like it feels, and so it's uncomfortable because it's new, and it's uncomfortable because there's a little bit of grief going on there of like, oh, normally I would have just finished eating this and this was really good and I wanted to keep eating it, and that those types of thoughts come up for you. And so what we so the thing is that if we aren't willing to feel that discomfort in that moment, what happens is that we will end up finishing the plate or maybe going back and getting more food and end up eating more food than our bodies need because we weren't willing to feel that discomfort in the moment. And then what happens is, though, is like because we've eaten more than we need, later on we're going to feel we've eaten too much. And so later on we feel that, oh, I ate too much again, which is actually even more uncomfortable. But we've so 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 because we haven't been willing to feel that little bit of discomfort up front, then we feel more discomfort later. And then when we're feeling when our weight is going up or our weight isn't moving and we're feeling not great in our bodies, like that's even more discomfort over time. And so the cool thing is that we can actually have the choice that we can actually feel the discomfort sooner, where it's a little bit of discomfort, like, and really discomfort is the best way to describe it. Like it's a little bit uncomfortable. It's not like it's painful or traumatic or anything. It's just like this little bit of discomfort now sooner. Or the other option is to wait and feel the discomfort later when you're not feeling good in your clothes. And so that, like, just having awareness of that is really helpful, because then you can go, oh, hang on, do I want to choose a little bit of discomfort now or a lot of discomfort later? Like, and when you frame it like that to yourself, you're kind of like, oh yeah, of course. Of course, like the discomfort sooner is definitely a better deal. And so by understanding that that's what's going on, it's that you are like the discomfort is a given, and you have the choice to have a little bit now and feel good later, or you don't feel, you overeat and don't feel the discomfort now, uh, then you don't feel the discomfort now, then of course, like, so yeah, you have those choices. And so understanding that's really helpful. And so what we want to do, like, how do we go about embracing this idea and actually applying it into our lives? It's really just a matter of deciding that, yeah, actually, I'm going to sign up for the earlier discomfort rather than the later. And then what that actually looks like is actually when you're eating, slowing down, actually maybe reminding yourself that, oh yeah, that's right, I am going to feel like there is going to be some discomfort here if I do want to stop when I'm feeling satisfied. However, it's going to be worth it. I'm signing up for this little bit of discomfort now because I'm going to feel better later, and I don't want to feel gross later. And so then when you're eating, you're actually slowing down, reminding yourself that, yep, I am going to feel that. So you're anticipating the discomfort. And then when you get that point where you're feeling satisfied in your body and you know you've had enough, like, you can just pause and go, oh yeah, yep, this does feel a bit uncomfortable. And then of course, then the next step is to coach yourself in that moment and go, oh yeah, that's right. I knew this was going to feel uncomfortable. It's okay. And it's actually going to be better if I stop now and let this feel this discomfort now, because I'm going to feel better later. Or if if I stop now, I'm going to have this food to eat. I'm going to be able to have the rest of this for lunch tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing. I'll get to enjoy it more later. And just having, like, coaching yourself in that moment of like, oh yeah, this is right. This is the part where we would get to feel discomfort, having a bit of a joke with yourself, and then leaning into it, like letting yourself feel it, coaching yourself to remind yourself of why you're doing it, and then of course, like, anything, repeat. So it's just like this skill. And then there'll be times where you forget. There'll be times where you don't coach yourself very well. So you go, oh, it's going to feel uncomfortable, I'm just going to finish this off anyway. Like, and that's okay. Just keep coming back and keep practicing and keep deciding again. Yep, I'm signing up for the discomfort now. And the more you practice it and the more you come back to it, then eventually you will get there. And um, yeah, so that's pretty much how we go about embracing it. And then my bonus tip for you is an idea of setting intentions in the moment. So what that looks like is actually getting into the habit of, before you start eating, of just setting that intention of like, yep, I am going to, how to, like, of like, yeah, this is how I want it to go. I want to like notice when I feel satisfied. I want to feel the discomfort, the little bit of discomfort now, and I want to stop eating then. And so by, and if you get into the habit of doing this, like, every time, well, not every time, but most times when you're interacting with food, before you start interacting with food, if you just have that pause and set that intention for how you want the session to go, you're way more likely to actually do it, to feel the discomfort and stop, and to get get the good results that come from that. So getting the weight to start moving and getting that good feeling comes from setting these intentions in the moment. So, yes, that's my bonus tip for you this week. Yay! Let's all practice feeling discomfort. So before we go, I have an invitation for you. So if you'd like support in learning how to do this, in practicing this skill of embracing discomfort, then I'd love you to apply for the Naturally Healthy Club. So Naturally Healthy Club is my 6-month coaching group that gives you a simple, doable, proven process to create a healthy and enjoyable relationship with food and your body. So you turn off all that food chatter in your head and you feel calm and in control of what you eat without restricting or any crazy diet rules. And at the end, all this means you get to enjoy food, and you get the best of both worlds, where you're enjoying food and you're feeling good in your body and your clothes. So We enroll twice a year. And we usually sell out. So make sure you get on the wait list. So just go to Stone Soup. If you Google Stone Soup, you'll come across my blog and then just click on the Naturally Healthy Club tab and you'll be able to enter your details into the wait list there. Okay. Have a fantastic, or just check out the link in the show notes. If you prefer to click on a link, which is much easier, you can do that too. Okay. Have a fantastic and delicious week and I will catch you next week.